that trumpet means. Figures not included. Back here in the year of 2026.
A whole new year, ready for more action. Hey,
Hey, Ned.
hey, Michael, how are you been?
I've been okay. Been alright. Took a little break from the podcast and from the toy world. Just needed to reset my brain, my
What are you
mind.
talking about? I saw you on a bunch of other people's podcasts.
Sure, yeah. Or,
You think
you
I'm
know,
dumb, but I know what you're doing, Michael.
what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Whoring myself out.
Pretty much. I didn't want to say it, but
I knew what you were thinking. Welcome back. Figures not included. We are back. Took a little break. Took a 1 week break. Nothing too crazy. Enjoy some time with the family and friends and gifts and meets. All those kind of things you do during the
beautiful.
holidays.
It's a beautiful time.
It is a beautiful time. Hello, Josh Brown. Hello, buddy. We need to bring Josh Brown on the show. We'll get him on.
Make it happen, Michael.
I'm gonna make it happen. I'll talk to his people. Oh, there we go. Hello, Greg. Hello, Mikey. Hello, Ned. Mint Ed. Is that your nickname now?
That's it. That's
You're
what
they call you Mint Ed
Yep.
at the store.
Yep. That's what they've been coining me now, you know?
Wow, minty fresh Ed. This is work. The more I think about it, it's like, oh, this is fun, but then it's become laborious, especially when I was cutting up some B-roll right now. It was fun. But there's a giant vomit of figures on my floor, which I think is just naturally how things go when you're putting stuff together.
It's a labor of love, Michael.
It's a labor of love. You know that, especially more than most people. So
Just don't let your wife see it, or she's gonna get a garbage bag.
No. I've locked the door. I chained it up. She can't get in. So
All right.
there's only one way out. I got to protect.
Good play.
Yeah. How was your New Year, Ned? How's everything at the shop? I'm sure a lot of craziness during the holiday season over there at Hidden Temple.
Yeah, it's been a great holiday season. We had a lot of fun. The new space has been amazing. We've gotten so many just positive, vibes from people. So I'm super excited that we, are where we are. And I'm just really excited for this new year. And I really hope that we get a lot of really cool things happening this year. We're already seeing a lot of it going on. We started our event strong, it's only been a couple days into January, but we've already had several events this past weekend. And I mean, it's exciting. It's really fun to see it. I was like, I've been imagining having that kind of like play community come in and hang out and have a good time at the shop. And now it's finally starting to come into fruition. So it's really fun, it just gives the shop a really exciting vibe.
Yeah, dude. Josh says, "Congrats on the new space. Hope I'm in the area sometime." Definitely.
Oh, I
Man.
hope so
You gotta
too.
check
I
it
hope so
out.
too. I'm excited to share it with anyone who will visit and get to just enjoy the nerd space we've created.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good resolution. I was gonna ask you, like, what would be your toy resolution for 2026? Josh's is to not make a new pile of action figures. Of
Mine
opening
is
stuff.
to make several new piles.
The exact opposite.
Yeah, I'm going in the other direction.
Okay, you just want like a Mount Trashmore of
That's
action.
kind of what I'm going for, I
That's
just want
what I want,
mounds of toys everywhere.
You
Like a
can't
lot of
get.
people, like, same thing, like losing weight. Everybody is like wanting to trim the fat.
You
I just
want
want to pack it on,
you just
build
want
it up,
large and in charge.
large and in charge. That's what I
Yeah.
like.
All right. I how you vibe, man. I don't know. For me, I think it's just like more curation of my stuff, and not to buy bad figures. you know? That's always a
Really,
good one.
a lot of bad figures. I don't know if you would say bad figures. I would just say maybe figures you're not currently excited about.
Or getting very hyped for something that maybe I don't really care about.
Drinking the
You
Kool-Aid.
know? Yeah. Oh yeah. Sipping. I mean, swimming in the Kool-Aid pool.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I try to avoid some of that. But outside of that, I think I've been pretty good this year. Didn't go too crazy. I even got rid of some big items and sold
You
stuff.
did. You actually sent some our way to Hidden Temple.
Yes, I did
You know,
absolutely. And so
Unbeknowingly to a lot of people, they took home authentic, once owned by Michael B. Hernandez figures.
yeah, they were handled by my sweaty fingers. I mean,
They
that
got your
didn't help.
thumb oil all over them, and no one.
Like cocoa butter all over those figures. So I mean, if that didn't help sell it, I don't know what will, man. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying. I'm trying. Whatever you
Put a
want me
little
to do, it's
put,
nice.
you know, like, little plaques, previously o previous owner, Michael B.
I'll do that. I can engrave them, the
Yeah,
figures on the stands, you know? So,
funny.
well, look, we're in 26. We somehow made it to the future. We want to go back 25, and we want to kind of go through, yeah, like Michael B. Jordan. That would be disappointing. You know, be like, guess who's coming to the store? Michael B. Hernandez.
Hernandez. Oh, wait, no.
What the hell?
What the
Like,
hell?
going, hello, hello, hello.
That's not what we asked for.
That's not what I expected. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm not.
man. But no, I think it's a good time, man. We had a great year. We're starting off 2026. Yeah, let's go back and just use this time to talk about some of the amazing stuff we got to play with in 2025.
Yeah, man. You want to go first? You want to go with your? Could you give me a list? I don't know if you want
I
to
gave
pull
you a
up the
list. Yeah, in no particular order. I just kind of sat and brainstormed what were the figures that I would say these were good figures, and you should have probably picked them up in 2025, because they were really fun, and in my
list.
opinion. And so, like, hopefully, a lot of people enjoyed these as much as I did. I thought they were just stellar.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty I missed. I was just kind of daydreaming about them. So there's probably some really good ones I left out. A lot of them I couldn't even remember what were they 2025 or before. So I'm like, I don't
Your
know if that one counts or
mind
not.
is
So
all over
that's
the place.
another one.
So.
But yeah. I mean, I don't mind. How you want to do it. Let's rip it.
Yeah, let's go through your list. So, if you go in your order from your 25, I know you don't have them in any particular order. What you had before, first off, was Cyborg Superman, McFarlane Toys,
I
Cyborg.
did. I thought this was such a cool figure. This was kind of like, McFarlane is hit or miss. A lot of people hate him, a lot of people love him. I mean, for me, it's like I know all his figures aren't stellar, but I do appreciate what he does, and some of them are actually pretty awesome figures. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would agree that this Cyborg Superman was awesome. It was just really well done. He did a fantastic job on this one. It's like if you wanted a McFarlane figure, this would probably be the one that would really shine the brightest.
Hmm.
Yeah. What do you think? Did you like this figure? Did you pick this one up, Michael?
Nope. Um,
What a loser.
well, I got the Mafex one. So, if for me, McFarlane just out of scale with everything I collect. And so since I have the Mafex one, and look, I actually do think this one's pretty badass.
No,
It
it's
looks
pretty
pretty.
cool. I mean, I have both of them, and, like, obviously, they're different. They're completely different, Mafex is one thing, McFarlane is another, but, it depends, your price range, what you want, and if you wanted a really cool cyborg figure, Superman Cyborg, this was a fantastic one to grab.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the hype was out there.
Uh,
People were looking for it.
for me, I don't have any particular list. I just put like a bunch of crap in terms of what I liked a lot,
You just threw up a bunch of toys.
and threw a bunch of toys, and this is what I shot out. So for me, I had to put the Rio Hayabusa from Revoltech Ninja Gaiden figure.
Yes.
Um, I think he's. I was very excited the
Is he
year.
on there? I don't see it. Maybe it's just not coming through for me.
Oh, what, the video?
Yeah, I just see black, but maybe it's just because of the way we're set up here.
Huh, weird. Maybe you don't see it there. That's strange. I see it playing.
Hopefully the viewers will see.
If the viewer out there can let us know if you're actually seeing that video, because
Yeah, let
showing
us
up
know,
for me,
guys. If
the
you see
rotation
the amazing videography Mikey put together for his
off
figure
fine.
list.
No one can
I don't
check
see
it.
anything.
Well, thanks a lot, Ned, for making me question what I'm doing over here.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure everybody's seeing it. I didn't know.
No, 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 no. I think it is showing. Nope. Weird. Wonder why that is.
Oh, you messed up, Mikey.
I gooched it. Yeah, it's just a black screen.
You
All
got
right,
too
hold on.
fancy. You got too fancy.
I got too cocky. That's what happened.
Don't get cocky. It's gonna get rocky.
That was my number one this year. The black cube.
The black
So,
cube. Beautiful toy, Michael.
all right, let me do it like this. I had a sweet little thing going on, but I gooch it. That's just what I do. So
Yeah, you gotta R&D these things, man.
I thought I did. I thought I did do it, but what are you gonna do? Anyway,
Try another one.
did it show? You saw your figure though, right? When that came up,
I saw the picture. Yeah, that one was clear.
that one was clear. All right,
And then
let's
I got the
go.
black cube. Is that
The
like
cube,
the red ring of death from the
the
Xbox?
cube
Get
of
the black
doom.
cube. Does that mean the podcast is over?
Yeah, exactly. I think this was the Snake Eyes you were talking about. This one over here.
Yes, this was an exciting figure. I was always excited about a version 4 Snake Eyes. Obviously, I got the Hasbro classified one. I still have my old original one. And 30 did the 1/6 scale one. And I just was like, man, this thing looks really, really cool. And I've never gotten the 30 figures like the Joe ones that they've been doing. But I figured I'd take a gamble and see if I would dig it. And I did, man. This figure was so much fun. It was like,
Yeah,
super souped up, all the accessories were awesome, everything felt right, even though he's got all these little pouches and stuff, it didn't feel like he was like a doll. He actually looked real tactical and very, really cool. I love the way the mask and the goggles looked, they were very realistic on him.
yeah.
So, yeah, this figure was bananas,
It's
super
that
fun.
version 4. It's that one. Just like it's just so cool.
It's for me, it's the color scheme. It's
Yeah,
so, like, in your face and, like, he's out there. It's like the blue and the orange and the silver. I just always like that color combo. And Snake Eyes, he was so cool. He had so many different looks over the years. This one for me just kind of really resonated, and the figure was just really fun. And the way that the fabric is, you're not afraid with a lot of like the 1/6 scale, like the Hot Toys and stuff. Sometimes that kind of rubbery fabric, you're afraid, and you see it a lot that it splits over time if you stretch it too much and you pose it too much. This one is more standard fabric, so especially like his undershirt is like a real flexy, black, bodysuit type of thing, and he's got his like baggy pants, so you
mhm.
can really get him into some fun poses.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Can you see this?
I just see a blackness, the abyss.
Blackness again.
Yeah.
Weird. It really gooched it. That's so weird. Why it's not working?
Yeah, it
Huh?
says something about Mikey is sharing. I don't know.
Trying to share
I
some
think
video. I don't know
maybe
why.
some people can see it. I don't know.
No, if you're not seeing it, then it's probably not working. Yeah. What's up, nerds? What's
Yeah,
up,
'cause
Captain?
I know sometimes we put stuff up and I don't see it, but it does come through on the pod.
That's no. I was looking on YouTube too, and I checked, and I was like, "Oh man!" So all the video that I put the square is going into a rectangle. That's right.
This is going
Oh,
somewhere.
village. Man, that's annoying. Anyway, well, at least you have your video that works. So, let me just get in here. Oh, let's go with your list, then we'll keep going. You have a way better list than I do, apparently. So,
People wanna see
number
the list.
they want to see actually like cool figures, like Dial Tone.
Oh, yes. This was another figure that I was super excited. Where did I have it? It's one around here somewhere. I have my original Downtown. I love this figure, mainly because it reminded me of my dad. This is what my dad looked like when I was a little kid. And there was a movie called Cloak and Dagger, and what's the guy's name? I always remember his name. Uh,
Ronnie Dalman Jr.
Robbie Downey. No, it's like what is this guy's name? Anyway, he was in a bunch of movies in the '80s, and he was this guy, and I liked him.
Oh,
And
from Death Wish,
he played what was that?
the actor from Death Wish, Charles
No,
Bronson.
no, it's the guy from like 9 to 5 and all those funny movies. It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
could Google it really easy and tell you, but
Okay,
he
yeah.
he he was fun, and he had the
Dabney
mustache and everything.
Coleman.
Dabney Coleman, that's it, that's it. So Dabney
Wow,
Coleman played the guy,
wrestling in
and so when
2020.
this figure came out, I was
Dabney
like, "Oh,
Coleman.
it's the guy from the movie." It looked just like, the agent that the kid, fantasizes with, and so I was like, "Super cool," and I always thought it was a really cool figure. Actually, no,
You have a Dabney Coleman action
I
figure?
actually had it somewhere. I was gonna show it off, but I forgot to prep, and I don't know where I left it. So, but he's super cool. Anyway, you see here the new one, which I was super excited about this figure. He was a real fun GI Joe back in the day. He was always one of my favorite go to ones. I didn't have a lot of Joes. I pretty much only did exclusively Cobra, but
Mhm.
this guy reminded me so much of Dabney Coleman. And I bought them, and I never regretted it. And so when they were doing classifieds, this was definitely one I was hoping would come on the roster. And when it finally did, and I got it, I was not disappointed. Super, super fun.
Nice, nice. I didn't know you were going to a Dabney Coleman, pivot, but, here we are. Is he still alive? Dabney Coleman?
No, I think he passed away recently,
Oh, I passed
maybe
away.
a few years ago or something like that. Yeah.
Mighty Mustache, I mean, that was
Oh,
a
it's a
real
powerful mustache. Yeah.
oh, yeah, you don't get better than that.
Yeah.
Let's try this. I think I may have a solution. Maybe this will work. Can you see that?
I see it down there. There it is. Yep.
Hey, we got video. Fantastic.
You did it.
Today, yes. No, it's a waste. A little dark, but
You see
yeah.
amazing magic.
um, he's super cool. I was very excited for the year leading up to it because Revoltech, you have to wait a year essentially, 9 months
Mhm.
before the figure comes out. And look, I thought it was a really fun figure to pose around. With Revoltech, you have just the ball jointed arms, which look a little awkward. You have to get them in the right position, and he can actually like stand pretty well compared to other Revoltech figures. And he brings a ton of accessories, and I did have a lot of fun, handling him. And he's a really cool figure and character. And we haven't had a Ryu Hayabusa since the NECA figure. With
Yeah, I was super excited to get this one too. You remember, I was a huge fan of Ninja Gaiden growing up. I loved the Xbox ones. I played all of them. And I was telling you when this was coming out, I was like, I need to get my hands on this bad boy. And so he's just a really fun. And I've always been a huge fan of Revoltech anyway, because I
Mhm.
love the dynamic posing that they offer. I mean, yeah, a lot of people have issues with the jointing. I'm not that picky about the joints. I just like it that they can get into cool positions, and if you tweak it a little bit, it works. So I
Yeah,
was super happy with it, and I love Ninja Gaiden. So I'm actually excited for the doing one for Ninja Gaiden 3 next, which comes out next or this year, right, Michael?
yeah, it comes out next year. Yeah, or this year.
This year.
Yeah, so there's that one. That's definitely on my list. Continuing with yours, we'll stick with Revoltech. You like the female Titan, and you love your ladies,
I love my
even when
lady
they're all
figs.
new like that.
And yeah, I've been a fan of Attack on Titan. It's been a really fun anime, and I definitely like all the Titans. But I don't know, maybe I'm just a big gooner or whatever. But I always like the female Titan the best. I think she's super cool, and I like the character. And I think it's Anna. I don't know, maybe not. I can't remember. But she's awesome, and the figure was really really fun. And I don't know, there's something about this kind of like what do you call it, Mikey? When you take the skin off the human and they show it in anatomy class.
Yeah,
It looks really fun. It looks like it's really actually kind of fun for like drawing. I like drawing like human poses and stuff, and it really kind of accentuates the muscles and where they go. So it's kind of neat to look at.
hmm
And so just a fun, super dynamic figure. Like I said, Revoltech is just so much fun of that kind of like dynamic posing, and you can do so much with them. And they really did a good job on these Titan figures.
yeah. Like Hank was saying, the Attack on Titan Revos are awesome. I haven't handled any of them, but they do look cool and just some look awesome. Like you said, it also has that other purpose where you can also just they're fun to illustrate too.
Yeah, it's like a
So
cool caricature. So yeah, like a body, like a humanoid. It's awesome.
yeah, and you get to goon out a little bit.
And you
So
get to goon while you do it.
good what you do. Mel says it reminds me never order Ayane or Kasume. I mean, maybe he'll get them. I mean, maybe it's not too late.
Hey, there's places you can order them still. Right,
Hey, there you
Michael?
go. Exactly. Let's stick with Revo. For me, Batman Beyond, such an awesome figure. One of those figures that I didn't really expect to have any interest in. And then I saw it and I was like, yeah, I gotta get it. And I did not regret it. I think it's such a cool design. I'm a traditionalist usually. I like when things stick to the source material, and I love the standard Batman Beyond. But I think this works for Revo's aesthetic. I love
Yeah.
the honeycomb wings. I love it all posable. I even like the white belts. I like all the red piping that is on the figure. All the metallic sheen, just the armored pieces. I think it looks fantastic. It's fun to pose here. I have in like a very standard vanilla, but you know what? It's cool to be able just to kind of pose him neutral, and he still looks badass.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
still
These
works.
figures are
And
great.
Yeah, I love it. You have this one too. Did you whip it out and
Yeah.
play with it?
Yeah, I love this figure, and like I said, I've always been a fan of Revoltech. I love these, especially, like, the mechanical ones, kinda like the way this one is rendered. They work really well for this type of articulation, and this one
Mhm.
was, like, just stellar. I mean, it was really fun to mess with, and yeah, you're totally right about, like, liking the original source material stuff, but sometimes when things are tweaked and it just fits, you know, they kinda that's how I felt about this one, like, even though they changed it from the original source material, it just works so well for a Revoltech that it was totally worth the change, and you could definitely see it benefits from it, so, yeah, this was a fantastic toy.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, a Gucci and a good-looking neutral pose is a rare find, and this one was able to do it, so I'm very excited about that one. One that you can't there's no such thing as a neutral pose for is, Gargantos Shumagorath. He is just a mess
Magora.
here, but a mess in the best way.
Yeah, this one I put on my list because he was, like, so different than, like, traditional action figures. You don't see, like, this thing, and they did a great job of making him super posable. Like, we've gotten a little bit other kinda tentacly creatures or, starfish ones like they did the Starro, but the mobility of this one was so much fun. The posable eye that just lets you add so much,
Evil.
expression.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It's so cool, and it's just such a fun thing to mess around with. You can just put him in all sorts of craziness. You can try to see if you can get him to stand, and, he's great at grabbing other figures. Just really fun, a lot of people complain that he was a little too big,
Yeah, I was gonna
and I
say
get it. He did seem a little large, but, for figures and for messing around with them, the larger size kinda lend itself well to it because it lets you do more. So, I
yeah.
won't knock it too much for it, but super fun figure. Like, that's one of the big things, I use to kinda rate my figures is, like, did I enjoy playing with them more than I expected? And this one definitely, hit that mark where I was just kinda, like, super, super excited to just keep messing with it.
Yeah, there was something really fun about the tentacles. I think the wires. I think time will tell ultimately if it's a really good figure, if the rubber's, is
Yeah.
able to stay intact with how much you pose it around and how much you bend it.
Yeah, I
And
would love to wait till, like, 5, 10 years and see if these things are still, looking good and holding together.
yeah, I'm letting Gargantos live in my pile of blues as long as I can. Let him breathe. Let him come home. Bring our Gargantos
Bring them
home.
home, like
Bring our
the
boys home.
Homeward was that dog movie, Homeward Bound,
Yeah, really, Homer
right?
Brown.
About the 3 dogs? Michael J.
Yeah,
Fox
yeah.
did one of the voices.
Please, like he wants to come home.
Or
Oh,
Snoopy Come Home, you remember Snoopy Come Home? Snoopy Come Home, Snoopy Come Home. No? Okay. I
I
dated
think
myself again.
yeah, you had a lot of old references today.
Like Dabney Coleman.
Daddy Coleman and Snoopy, come home. Take it down to Cootage. Come for the latest in pop culture. I do like it. I wonder if they do a pink version later on. I don't know if there'd be a big crowd for that, but that would be cool.
Honestly, I would probably buy a second pink one just to have them play together.
Yeah,
I know it's kinda silly, but they're it's a cool figure.
yeah. I like the silly figure. I like when you can just have fun with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's what it's about.
What's about, man? That's exactly what it's about. Speaking of silly stuff, one figure that I was a little bit unsure of, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this one. I saw some pics and video. Was the Figure Arts Beetlejuice? Now the Mezco one's out there. That one looks awesome. It has tons of accessories, the soft goods, just the whole
Yep.
design of that figure looks super cool. But I really, really did like this Beetlejuice quite a bit. I thought it looked really good. I think it had a really fun Keaton, like a really good Keaton likeness. Um, and it fits in scale with all my other movie figures. I have a lot of figure arts ones. I have a lot of the Star Wars stuff. I have some other ones there. I think I have a. It fits with Mafex as well, like RoboCop. I have the SH figure arts Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
A little bit of a cheaper price point too. And so I think sort of weighing those things maybe decide, okay, this is the one to get. And I don't regret it. I think it brings a lot of fun accessories. It brings a smaller, shrunken Beetlejuice head, has other expressions. And I just love the look. I've always wanted a Beetlejuice figure. The NECA one wasn't doing it for me. And I thought I would totally go for NECA, especially that they did the whole set from the movie, all those pieces, accessory pieces. They could still work, but I really just wanted an ultimate Beetlejuice figure, and for me, this is the one. I think it's a super fun figure.
It's a great figure, and I like it, Mafex, because they're super like, the
The figure art,
posability of them
though.
is really, really nice. I
It
feel his
it
next
is figure
figure
art.
are figures, I'm sorry, are, kinda stiff to pose, and these are so much more fluid. I
Yeah.
got a good chance to look at this one because you asked me to order you one, and so I did, and when it showed up, you're like, "I already got it somewhere else." And I was like, "Alright, thanks,
Whoop.
Michael." And so but whatever, we got to put it in the shop, I got to look at it, and it's a cool figure if you're a big fan of Beetlejuice or just, strange figures, out of more obscure properties. This one's just really cool, really well done, like you said, and I mean, I love Michael Keaton, and so it's just a fun one to add to his kinda,
Mm,
um, what do you call it, variety of figures.
yeah,
Good
man.
figure.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool figure. I was happy. I think I saw Robo's list, and he had it on his, and I was like, vindication.
You see
Because I
that?
have this about this one, and then the Mezco one just came out, so I think that's gonna take over as the top Beetlejuice figure, and I understand it. And for me, it was very much going back and forth and determining what's gonna be the ultimate one, but I like this one a lot. I'm very happy with it,
As long
and I
as you're
think
happy, Michael, that's all that matters.
it's all we're
No
thinking
one
about.
can take that away from you.
About my happiness, not anything else. That's what this should be.
Exactly, exactly.
And what's cool is that I think it's obviously it's this two-piece suit and everything, and figure arts has a lot of joint cuts. I think it actually like it looks good. Nothing looks super broken up, and you can pose it around, and I think it looks pretty good. Here you have on your list Feral.
Feral, yeah, this was a cool one. I was kinda looking around at the stuff I had gotten recently, and at first, I was just super happy to get Feral because 'cause I've been waiting for this figure forever to complete my, X-Force. I'm a huge X guy. I have all the Marvel Legends teams of X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force, Excalibur, and I like to complete them. So I'm always waiting for the ones that are missing, and she was missing forever. So, I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, it was just kinda like I was happy to finally get one to complete that team. But the figure is actually really, really fun. She's super posable. Her sculpting was really, really good. So I kind of really, really dug her more than I thought I was going to. I was like, she's cool. I'll throw her in with the rest of my, X Force and call it a day. But I just couldn't stop playing with her. She's really fun. You can pose her in all sorts of neat ways. And the sculpting was just really, really cool on her. I know she's not like, crazy exceptional in any way, but it was a fun figure that I really, really kind of was waiting for. And it was just like, I think a lot had to do with completion of the team as well, the excitement of having
Yeah,
all
that's
the
a huge thing.
original
Yeah,
X Force,
yeah.
and on top of her being a really, really nicely done figure. So she made the list for me.
She's a cool one. If I did have the idea of completing X Force, and then obviously Feral is such an important piece to that, which is cool. If you're a completionist, this is such a necessary
Yeah,
figure.
and I love the 90s aesthetics. I'm always buying the 90s versions of everything. I know they've done a few other ones, so I'm always kind of disappointed when they do a more modern take or like a
Yeah,
more classic one. I'm looking for I want the 90s. Give me the 90s.
give me the
And so
90s. I'm
anytime I
stuck
get
in the
one,
90s.
I'm stuck in it.
We all are.
I was happy that we got this one and I got my X Force.
What other '90s properties or teams are you waiting to build?
You mean like comic book ones? I'll tell
Yeah,
you one that
one.
I wish I could build, and I thought it would never happen, and now I have a twinkling that it could happen. Is Jim Lee's Wildcats? Now I do have
Mm,
the original Playmates Jim Lee Wildcats that he did back in the day, which I was always super surprised that he didn't let McFarlane make his toys. I don't understand why he went with Playmates, but I guess something was going on there. But now that McFarlane's doing the Elite series for Image, what was it called again, Mikey? The Founders, what the
the
line that he's doing?
Foundation.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Elite.
Yeah, he's doing the Spawn one that's coming out, and then in the roster of all like the other properties from Image, he's doing Spartan for the Wildcats, and so I was like, wow,
Yeah,
I don't know how long this is gonna last, but if he could actually give us the core members of Wildcats, I would probably just die right there.
yeah. You've been wanting that for a long time,
Yeah,
so
that's the
that
one
would
I would
be
go to.
yeah, that would be cool. I love those figures too, and that comic book was awesome. And the cartoon. I mean, the cartoon's amazing. That's one of the
Not
best
even the
themes.
cartoon, it's just that opening theme song that is so
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. It's so wild, like the wild.
See what I did there? Yeah, yeah. Me
Speaking of
me and my
wild,
90s.
the Wild Man himself is on my list. The Marvel Legends Game Reverse Wolverine. Uh, I will say this is probably the best Wolverine action figure out there for me. Just because this is really the Capcom version that I've always wanted. The Figure Arts one's coming out this year. The early promo pics, I feel like this one nails the aesthetic a bit more than the Figure Arts one. Just kind of on a quick look, maybe go in and redo a few things, or when you see it in person, you're like, okay, that really works. But I thought this is definitely one of the best Marvel Legends figure, probably the best Marvel Legends figure this year, along with Maximum Spider-Man. For me, this one is so awesome. Super posable. We finally get the ball peg at the waist, double ball peg at the diaphragms. You can move them all the way around. You can crunch them, single jointed elbows, like whatever, but they work. You still get your bend. They look natural. He's just big, bulbous, meaty, angry Wolverine.
Just the
I
way you
would
like
love
your women.
just the way I like him, the way I like my boys. And I would take a deluxe version of this too, with alternate heads and hands, bone claws, all that. Give me more of this one. This is one of my favorite figures I've had this year, for sure.
Yeah, super cool figure. I love the fact that this one definitely does feel that they really, went after the aesthetics of the game. I feel that a lot of people have been saying that about the SH Figuarts one, that it's just not as dynamic as it should be. And so it's cool to see that Hasbro really kind of pushed it to try to get it as close as they could to the video game aesthetic. So yeah, this is a really awesome Wolverine. I'm a huge Wolverine fan too, so I can't say anything negative about this one.
Say something negative. Go say it.
And there's nothing to say, Michael.
You want to say it? Well, I'll put a negative. So if you want to be a negative Nancy here, we want to go and put a little spice on this pie, this toy pie. That it came in a 2 pack. It came in the 2 pack with Silver Samurai, and that Silver Samurai is kind of butts. That's because the shoulder
Yeah, I
pads.
get that, but I wouldn't fault this figure. We're talking about the individual figure, so
Yeah, that's
that
why I can't say that's a knock. I'm just saying just because it's exclusive to a 2 pack. That's why I would love a deluxe version, because if you get the
no,
deluxe version, you're gonna get everything that you
yeah,
want.
no one likes the hiding it. What do they call it? Prison, 2-pack prison when you have to buy the other one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So anyway, but the figure itself was fun, phenomenal, awesome version of Wolverine. I loved it. I loved it. I love my Wolverine.
Yeah, I think Owens is awesome. It's super posable. It's fun. It has a presence. I knocked down my Mayfex Tiger Stripe. I put him away to put him on my Marvel shelf,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it works perfectly. So,
I'm sure a lot of
uh,
people did the same.
yeah. The only other figure I would put in his league, I don't have the Mezco Tiger Stripe one. Let me keep the video playing. I love him that much. I I don't have that one. I have the Mafex ones. I don't have the X Force Mafex, which did look cool. But I have the Tiger Stripe. I have the brown suit. The brown suit's probably my favorite still, but this would be 1A. If those are they're tied. I just love this one. I think it's so great. I
That's
don't
good to
think.
hear.
Yeah, Hankins says have SHF shown a size comparison? I don't think they have yet. I think they're just showing it solo. So hopefully the next event that they have, which I think is Toy Fair, hopefully they have that on display. That would be great. Only thing we can maybe say is that it came in one head. Yeah, that would be another thing too. Just the lack of accessory. You do have the Berserker Barrage, the X effect that comes with them, which is
Yeah.
cool.
And I guess you
Um,
could say that in the game, he doesn't really take off his mask, so there isn't really another head to put with it. But I think in one of the, like, if you win the game, he does pull it off, right?
yeah, he does have the moment in a taunt, or like, yeah, once you win with him, he
Yeah,
pulls
right.
off.
He'll like yank it off. So I guess they could have done a Logan head, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
either way,
yeah.
it's a cool figure. Maybe we'll get like you said, a deluxe version down the line,
Or
maybe
you
in the
get the
brown suit.
$100 kids version. That's the one you can get too. So that's the one
Yeah,
you wanted. Yeah.
I wanted that, but you totally blew me off, sold me out.
They would not sell it to me. So they said, "Don't sell it to this dirty boy." The Mezco is good, but it couldn't hit this crouch. I mean, that's the thing. It's you have to be able to hit that crouch with Wolverine, or
Yeah,
else
I think that's one of the prerequisites for a good Wolverine figure is that it's gotta hit his pose, and that crouch is like that's the way most people love it, their Wolverine coming at you. That's one of the
yeah.
one things that I was gonna put I really like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine, hot toy. Uh,
Mm,
he looks really, really cool, but his suit is so restrictive and I'm afraid to really stretch it because like we've talked about, the fabrics just you're afraid that they're gonna deteriorate and fall apart. It's like,
yeah,
I couldn't get him in that crouch position, which I would have loved to. He probably would have made my list if I could have done that.
yeah, yeah. That's the problem with Hot Toys is if they have the fabric, that sort of fabric, you're scared to really
Mm,
get any sort of posability out of them, right?
yeah.
So that's why I don't mess with them. But we stick with plastic. We stick with Wolverine. You have your Helverine on
Yeah,
your list.
Wolverine was so much fun. I got him right here, actually. Like, I don't even know I haven't read this story yet. I haven't really picked up a lot of comic books recently, in the last, years or so. But
Yeah,
the aesthetic of putting Wolverine and Ghost Rider together is just, like, amazing, and the fact that he has his adamantium skull is just so cool. So what really I love about this figure is the idea behind it. It's like, I
right,
probably wouldn't have even really paid too much attention about till it to it because I hadn't read the comic books, but only because the figure came out that I was like, "Whoa, that's a really fun idea to mix the powers of the Ghost Rider with Wolverine, and it just makes a fun figure, man, especially if you love Wolverine.
yeah.
This thing is so much fun and it's just crazy and it's just like I mean, that thing is metal, no joke. Look at that thing.
It's literally metal. Yeah,
The
yeah,
crazy fire claws and just the idea of the spirit of vengeance with Wolverine. I mean, he's actually a pretty awesome um candidate for it. And I also like the fact that he loves motorcycles too. So it would have been cool if they gave him like a flamed up motorcycle with like fire claws or something.
yeah. That would be really
But the
cool.
figure's fun, and like I said, for me, the list was, did I have fun with this figure more than just putting it on a shelf or looking at it for a little bit? And I messed around with this one so much fun just because I thought it was so dynamic and fun and just over the top. Oh, I dropped his head. Over the
Oh,
top fun, and like you see, he gets his really nice little crouch position. Rawr. Super
having
fun.
too much fun. You can be playing with toys. That's what we do. We're men. We don't
That is
play with
what we
toys.
do. Only real men play with their toys.
Right. Exactly right. Uh, a set that I was playing with, and we'll stick with it with Marvel Legend because that is perfect, is this two pack of Nicholas Fury and the Punisher from the game, the Punisher.
Yeah.
Um, I never got the War Journal one. I was waiting because I knew that okay, they have this insane new body for Punisher. They're gonna reuse it in some way somehow, and they had this two pack. I wanted the classic Nick Fury. Then the exact idea I wanted for Nick Fury, but I think it's an awesome two pack, and I mean I think it's a badass set. These two.
It's a fun one. A lot of people were, excited for this figure, and it's just 2 really cool characters that work really well together. It's fun, it's part of the Gamerverse, and they really kinda looked at the aesthetics from the video game to create these, looks for these. And, I mean, maybe down the road, we'll get these same figures in a different, paint app,
Yep.
but it's super cool, like I said, the figures are really well done. I mean, the Punisher in these colors and, the Nick Fury, more classic. We haven't gotten a Nick Fury in forever. And the last one was on kind of like the wonky, one of the original bodies. It was really like flexy and you could
Wasn't
like,
he in a three pack that was in the like the shield outfit?
no, he was, not a 3 pack. I guess you could say it's a single release, but he had 3 different heads. So you could make him,
Uh,
Nick Fury, you can make him into a regular shield agent, or you can make him to I forget what the dude is with the little looks like one of those eye things from Dragon Ball Z, the power readers.
okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
You don't know.
Oh shit.
Anyway, yeah, yeah.
Um,
So it's
oh,
a cool one. This is a nice figure, and I think a lot of people were super happy that this came out. Like I said, I think a lot of people were disappointed that that War Journal one was so hard to get. And on top of that, you had to buy a figure because I don't think anybody really liked what's his name. I think I had like 3 people that actually wanted that other figure with
oh
the
yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
the weird
That
sausage cannon.
yeah, yeah. That was the one. That's the thing that kind of pushed me off. Again, it was the two pack idea, and I just wanted
Mhm.
that Punisher. Even though that pack brought a lot of accessories, this pack also brings a ton of weapons and
Yeah,
briefcase
and
and
the thing is,
grenades.
like, I think more people would like these characters, you know, like, these are really popular characters to put together, so if you're gonna do a two-pack, at least make it one where the both characters are highly desired.
Yeah, like Brick says, what's up, Brick? He was doing his show too. Shout out to Brick. That Punisher's coloring would look great on a uniform shield shelf. That
Yep.
that is true. And what Josh was saying, Josh Brown, you can make that Punisher into a Spider-Man animated version, which I've seen. I've seen that you can get the War Journal one, you get this one, and you can kind of swap out, unglue some pieces, and
Mm,
then you have your standard Punisher with the white, belt and everything, and then you can do the animated style,
yeah.
um, with
Yeah,
this.
but I honestly, I feel that if you give them a little bit of time, they're gonna come out with that. I mean, people
Yeah,
want that,
yeah,
and I know who is it? Mayfix, yeah, Mayfix, right? They're doing their Punisher that's coming out this year.
right.
I
Which
think
is,
a lot of
which is it's sort of standard, but it's also a specific artistic version,
yeah, yeah, but it's
of
like it
Punisher.
has that classic aesthetic with the black and the white
Yeah,
that I think people are
yeah.
gonna like. So I just feel like that the attention's gonna be on Frank Castle, and that companies are gonna be looking to see how else can we put something else out there. So I definitely see Hasbro doing a version where, you know, the colors will change on these because they're really good figures and they're very easily to do color, you know, variants of these, and people will be very excited to get them.
Yo, what's up, Break Jones? Hank, and that was my thing. It's a great two pack. I would have bought the Wolverine if it wasn't for the Silver Samurai because yeah, that Silver Samurai blows. It's just like the moment I got it, I love the design. I love just they went for that look, but the execution was awful. So
Did you compare it to the original one they did in the retro
yeah,
line? I
yeah, the
mean, the
retro
retro
one's
line
better. The retro one's better.
better?
Yeah,
Really? Okay.
the
I
better
haven't
figure.
done an actual comparison between the 2, so I don't really know what the difference are. I just see the visual aesthetically, you know, parts that are changed.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Josh Brown. They have a popular buck, and they know that they're gonna milk it, baby. They're gonna milk that sweet, sweet
Mhm.
Punisher teat until it's
Oh, they
bone
do.
dry.
They
Yeah.
do. They slurp up that
Um,
milkshake.
Slurp up this milkshake, Sentinel. You have him on your list. No particular order, but I did want to ask you what were your full thoughts on this one after taking some time with it and posing it around. Are you in love with it? Are you like, oh, it's cool, but
You know, I'm more excited about it than I thought I was going to be. You know, if you have the HasLab Sentinel, I mean, for me that one is just amazing. You know, it looks really good. I love the more detailed look on it. I also that's why I love the Toy Biz one. I love all like the little intricate designs and lines and everything inside and the wiring, and it just looks really cool for a Sentinel. But
yeah,
I will say I was a big fan of the cartoon, and I kind of did like the simplistic take that the Sentinel from the cartoon had. You know.
yeah.
And so I just kinda, like, enjoy that aesthetic, and so when this one was being released and I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, it's a little flat," but I was like, "But that's the point, it's supposed to look like the cartoon." And so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get one and let's see what happens." So when it finally came in and I got to mess with it, I'm like, "This is actually a really fun figure," you know? Like, again, it was something that I had just kept playing with. It's cool because he's not as intimidating as the HasLab one.
Right.
He just feels like more of a figure, but he's massive.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's easy to play with, he's cool, he reminded me a lot of, like, the original one they did in the '90s. You know, he couldn't really move, he was more like a playset,
Yeah.
but, but it's what you wanted it to be because that one sucked because I mean, like, the feet would just kinda pop off, they were stuck together, the legs were fused, he didn't have much you know, mobility, but this is, like, the one you kinda wish you had back then where you could actually play with your toys and it actually moved
Oh
around
yeah,
like a
man. It
Sentinel.
gave me like going back to the '90s vibe and having that Sentinel. That's the one with like
Yeah.
the shoot off, right? You can it just
Yeah,
falls and topples over.
exactly right, and so, that for me, it made it kinda lame, but this is, like, the one I always wanted, so that one kinda that struck a chord with me, so he's been really, really fun. I actually had them take one out and pose it in the store, we're doing a whole little diorama of it when it's fighting the
Oh,
X-Men from, like, the beginning of the original '92 show, and
mhm.
so it's gonna be really, really fun, so, like, again, it was just a really, really cool toy that I really was, like, having fun playing with,
Yeah.
and it looked fantastic, and like I said, it's not probably not up, like, visually and, like, I guess, engineer-wise to, like, the HasLab one, but it's a great action figure nonetheless, and it's really fun to play with. So yeah.
It looks cool, man. And I do regret. What's up, Bubba? How you doing, man? Hey, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday Eve. Happy end of NFL season. I just want to take a little aside here, a little sidebar. Florida Panthers. Carolina Panthers. You're in the playoffs, and you're a big
Keep
Pantera.
pounding, Michael. We're just pounding away.
You're pounding hard, man. You just can't stop pounding.
We haven't pounded this hard for years.
Now it's time to ground and pound. All right, in the playoffs
We're
now.
Yeah, now we're bringing out the ground and pound game because
Yeah.
it's gonna be rough in the playoffs. But hey, man, it's exciting that after so many years we're actually in the playoffs. So
I know what it was Cam Newton, and now you got Baby Bryce leading you.
a little baby Bryce. So I think it's gonna be fun nonetheless. Even if I think we're playing the Rams. We beat the Rams before, so
Yeah, man, there's precedent,
it can happen
so
again. It can happen again.
don't tuck your tail between your legs until the game
Oh
starts.
no,
Right?
no, we're really roaring,
I can see
pound,
some
pounding those drums.
native drums. Um, Stick with robots. I love these two. This is the MDLX, the 3 zeros, Mega Man and Mega Man X, and it's awesome. Look, I think we always say it. Jada started something, they lit a fire, and other companies have been playing catch up, and they've been doing some exceptional stuff. Storm Arena, who we'll talk about, 3 Zero now doing their Mega Man figures. This X figure is awesome. It's really cool. It moves very well. Little things here and there. The shoulder pads sometimes fall off when you try to move around the arm or you try to get them in a perfect pose. Um, I think these are the best Mega Man figures out there. I love the Jada Mega Man figures. I like their Robot Masters. I like that their version is more based on, I guess, sort of some of the character art as opposed and very inspired by the sprites too, the big heads and the smaller bodies. But these really fit the style, especially Mega Man. That is the quintessential Marvel versus Capcom Mega Man. And then the X is great too. I've loved X. That's my favorite video game series of all time, the X series. Even though there's only four good ones and the rest suck, but five is okay. But it's such a great X figure. The figure arts one is actually it still holds up. I was messing around with both of them and comparing them, and there's some differences. The arm length is a little bit longer on the SH figure arts one, but they have around the same range. I think actually the knees move a little bit better on the figure art, but I think this is just a super solid figure. It has die-cast pieces. They both do, and they're just aesthetically super pleasing. But yeah, they're definitely on my list of top figures.
Oh yeah, these are phenomenal, and like you said, I think these are like you know quintessential versions that you would want to have in a collection. If you love these characters, I mean they look perfect. So super super cool ones.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy with them. I really hope, and they've done other versions. They have like the metal version, which is brown and yellow for Mega Man, which looks awesome. That's like the Metal Man version, and then they have I think they have like a fire version, a flame stag for X.
Mhm.
So they're doing all the colors and everything, which they should do. But I would love, 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 and I know Hiya Toys is doing their X series. They have an X, they have a Zero that they've shown off. They have the X, I think, in Falcon armor, and then they have a Sigma. And I'm very curious how those all scale compared to the game and how they should be. Because I'm very very I don't want to say this word, but I'm going to say it anal about
Oh,
how things should work together and scale when it comes to that. So
gross.
um, hey, well, thank you, Bobo. I appreciate it. First time you were subbed earlier. Sub everyone. Sub. But yeah, but give me the Robot Masters. Give me the ones that are in the game in X. Chill Penguin, maybe not, but I would love another Vile.
What's wrong with
Who's
Chill Penguin?
Chill Penguin's cool, but maybe you don't need a Chill Penguin coming out of the gate, or Armored Armadillo. I think you go with Sigma, obviously, and
Yeah.
then you would go with what's the other one? Boomerang Kuwanger. Can we get some Boomerang Kawanger love in this place?
All right,
Get some,
all right.
all
We'll see what
right,
they
nice
do.
love for Boomerang Kawanger. Who knows what a Kawanger is? I feel like Hankin should know what a Kawanger is. I mean, no. Launch Octopus would be very cool. Storm Eagle, Storm Eagle,
Amigo
Storm
would be
Eagle
really
would be amazing. Storm Eagle, come on, man. Storm Eagle would be such a cool design to
start a
do for.
petition, Michael. Send it in.
I'm, I'm sending it in. They're listening. They're watching. I know they're watching.
They're always
Sons of
watching, Michael.
watching.
Always.
Let's continue with your list since I went off on my Mega Man rant.
Oh,
We'll stick with big boys since you love big boys.
you know I
Mondo
do.
stuff beautifully and the Mumra. You were oozing out of every orifice when we saw this at WonderCon, and
Everything
then
fell out. It was incredible. It was like quite, the expungement. But yeah,
yes,
we saw this together when I don't even know if that's a word. We
now
we saw this together at WonderCon, and we saw it in the glass case, and like, oh my gosh, man, the amount of stuff they did with this figure, the amount of accessories, the amount of detail, the amount of attention to everything was stellar. And I was so excited when I saw it. I got my Lino, gotta get my Mumra. And man, this thing just delivers in spades. Everything they put on this figure is just incredibly cool. I mean, they went all out with the weapons, the accessories, everything is just it's so cool. They even gave you the, infamous Mama to put
Mama,
alongside them. It's just
show
incredibly
Mama.
well done. This figures like when you talk about when you talk about craftsmanship, when you talk about artisans, artistry, and really like going the extra mile to make something look incredibly,
It is,
high
Damien. It
quality.
is. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it says
Um,
high quality. Yeah, for sure.
That's what they did with this Mumra. I mean, this one really showcases all the amazing things that Mondo can do with their soft goods, with all their sculpting, with their paint applications, just their attention to detail. They're just really, really good at like thinking through everything they put on these figures. And Mumra was just one of the ones that really showcases is how good they can do these things. And so he just like he gets on the list just because he is just aesthetically like just beautiful. I mean, wow, for such a gruesome creature, he was just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Living.
So yeah, super excited on this one.
Awesome. I've never heard of the word quanger before. Well, maybe let's search it up. Chris said, "Do you have Mondo Clayface? If so, what makes you put this one over that in your top list of
Uh,
figures?"
I do not have Mondo Clayface. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I stopped collecting the Batman animated series line just because I couldn't house anymore, and so I had to make the cuts, and I went with more of the traditional 80 ones that
Oh
I
man,
wanted,
that
like
Clayface
He-Man.
looks incredible, dude. Everyone says that Clayface
Oh,
is
everyone's. I had so many people talk to me about it at the shop and how cool it is. And yeah, it's a chunk of a figure. He's amazing.
yeah.
Obviously, if I collected the animated series, he would definitely be on here. But since I don't have that figure, I didn't put him on my personal list because I never got a
Don't be
chance
phony.
to.
Don't be phony. Put a figure that you don't have on your list, because then what are you doing?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
These are figures that we both own and got a chance to mess with, and that's what we're. It's like a personal list.
personal.
So,
This is
like I wouldn't say that Clayface or Mumra, you know, like we're not competing on them just because I don't have both of them to kind of
yeah.
give them a fair comparison. But I'm sure it's an amazing figure.
Rick's a shout out to Rick. What's up, man? He said, I don't always love the price of Mondo stuff, but what they make is just so wildly impressive, and you can see a lot of care in the product. It's
Yeah,
really
and I think that's the reason I stick with Mondo, even though yeah, I've been a little niffed about some of their price increases and how much certain things are costing. But I feel like it's one of those things where you're like past the point of no return, like on some of
Mhm.
these lines. It's like the Batman one is one that I cut off early. I just got Batman and Catwoman, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop here at these. But then, I was all in on like the He-Man stuff, the Thundercats. These are like my childhood lines, and these figures are just represented so well that I had to continue on those. And like X-Men, I have all the X-Men ones too. I've got a couple Spider-Man ones, and so there's so many. You can't. I couldn't do them all. I wish I could. If I could, I would have every line that Mondo puts out. But
Yeah.
for my intents and purposes, I just kind of try to kind of streamline it to the ones that meant a lot to me. And so
Mhm.
Thundercats, fortunately for me, made the cut.
Cats Ho,
And
Batman
another reason
animated.
too is that like Thundercats don't have a lot of stuff out there. You know, a couple people have tried. You know, Super Seven did theirs. We got a little bit when Bandai did some earlier on when they animated. They tried to redo the animation in what the 2012 or whatever,
Mhm,
2009. I don't even
mhm.
remember.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's really been it. We don't really have much. Batman, we got tons. You know, Batman animated series, there's tons. So like if I want to collect those, which I do, I have a lot of other versions of them. But Thundercats,
Right,
I don't. You know.
right.
So
That
that's
makes sense.
another reason. Yeah, that's another reason I bought these just because I love me some cats.
Love your cats. Meow. Um, that Mumra is insane, dude. Yeah, seeing it in person was just kind of overwhelming. You just the detail they put into that thing, and then how you're saying the final project just definitely delivers is great. Josh said I haven't opened my Mumra yet. I can't decide if I can commit to the line. Commit, do it, do it.
I mean, if you love Thundercats, I would commit. You're not going to be disappointed. It'll probably be one of your favorite things you have. You know, if you have the space and you have the the willpower to to pay the prices and get these figures, I mean, you're going to be happy.
You know the way it works.
You're gonna love the way
Guarantee it.
it looks, I guarantee it. I mean, really, it's a stellar line. It's probably one of the coolest lines, I have, so
Yeah.
that's
If
my
if Mondo could bring us to 112, well, speaking of 112, we continue with what I love and Real Ghostbusters. Um, this is one that I wasn't sure about. I got this copy. It's it's so cool. Now, look, I will say I think the Motu, like the 2000X figures, they are going to be very awesome, articulated 112 figures. These real Ghostbusters, they aesthetically, they're the best thing out there. And I love when you can put all the accessories on the figure. So you can put his ghost trap on him, he can hold his wand, he can add it to his pack, he can stick the PKE meter as well. The PKE meter pops up too. It's all very functional. It's this is a single one, so I didn't get the two pack. Look, $100 is a lot for this figure, which it's a simply articulated figure, single joints. There's not a lot going on there in that department, right? But if you just have a love for the cartoon and Ghostbusters in general, these are the best Ghostbuster figures out there, just in terms of the quality, the paint application, bringing the Ghostbusters to life in action figure form. Uh, yeah, it's hard to pass on these. And so once I got this one, it was like, okay, let's get banked then. Let's
gotta
just
go
do the
all
whole
in.
part. Gotta go all in, you know.
I mean, these are amazing figures. I mean, people who are into Ghostbusters, we've been wanting a real Ghostbusters line for the longest time. You know, we had a little bit with Diamond Select. They put them out. Me being a bonehead, slept on it, missed out,
Mhm.
and regretted it instantly. I tried so much to go back and find them, but they were like $200 a piece, and I was like, "Damn
They're
it!"
insane, man.
But you know, things happen, and I mean, you're pretty much paying, you know, close to that when you buy these Mondo ones. But like again, Mondo does a good job. Yeah, you're paying a premium on these figures; they are premium. You know, obviously, it had a lot to do with licensing and all that kind of thing. But if you know, we buy stuff like imports and stuff that are really, really, you know, cool figures, but you know, they're still figures, and you're still paying over $100. So it's
Yep.
not out of the realm to be like, I can, you know, I can be okay with it. And I think
Right.
these are the ones that once you get them, you're gonna be like, "You know what? That's not too bad. I can deal with it." Because like you said, Mondo does such a great thing about including so much accessories, making everything functional, really putting that detail into them and just aesthetic, you know? It's just they're really, really good renditions of the cartoon. So, I mean, if you're a fan of this and you really
They're the
want
best. They're the best
real
version out
Ghostbusters.
there. They're the best Ghostbuster
Yeah,
figures out there. I do
yeah,
have
you're gonna be real happy with them, you know?
yeah, yeah. And like Josh Brown said, I just opened these um, RGH figures, and they're awesome. Say what you will about the articulation, but smooth, capital smooth, and moves enough for what I need. Look, again, you don't have to be Spider-Man level articulation, right? You don't need that from your Ghostbusters figures. You
What's
need them just
RGH?
RGH, RGB, Real Ghostbuster. I had it right, so I confused
I was
myself.
like, you're going off on your thing, and I'm like,
I had an
what am I
aneurysm
missing?
right there. Orgasm felt like it's just short circuited. But yeah, RGB figures, Real Ghostbusters. These are the best ones. You didn't get the ghost. I didn't get the ghost. I didn't get the ghost, and I regret not getting Sanheim and the other ones. Maybe I get one of the other packs, but my hope is that I'm saving that delicious money for when they do a Stay Puft Marshmallow
Yeah.
Man. That's the thing. And look, they do big figures, right? So that not out of the
Yeah, we've
realm of possibility.
you've heard Hector talk about it. We've heard, a few of the other guys at Mondo talk about it.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah,
opposed to doing large overscale stuff. So we can definitely be excited that there's some really cool stuff on the horizon. And the ghosts are really cool. I mean, they're expensive to get them all, but I think if I had to get one, it would definitely have to be oh, what's his name? The Boogeyman.
Boogeyman,
Oh my gosh.
Boogeyman. Yeah,
That thing is so creeptacular, but so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's an awesome one. They never made the Boogeyman, right, in the old line. So this would be your
Yeah, I don't
way.
think the O-line ever did they? I don't remember. But yeah, I never had them. But I
Yeah.
would definitely like to get one. That'd be a cool one for them back because that was like their one of their main bad guys in the cartoon. So that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, speaking of RGB Cthulhu, yeah, yeah, that'd be super cool. Some people said Janine. Well, I guess like you were talking just like figures you want, and Alec Brewer had made a post asking people what would you want out of the RGB line.
Well, Janine is
Um,
coming. They've showed her.
what would you need in the actual Ghostbusters fatigue? You know?
Oh, in her actual suit, like a little pink
Yeah,
suit.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
The head on Boogeyman's gigantic. Storing the extra head is a problem. I mean, yeah, but that's a storage problem. So, but it looks
You
awesome.
just get a bigger
Speaking
house.
Actually, you have a storage unit called your home. That's what my room turned into. Speaking of smooth stuff, Storm Arena. I want to know when you saw these and then getting them in hand, what were the immediate reactions in your brain?
For me, I like I told you, I love what Jada's doing. I love the Jada Ryu. I have tons of Ryus. He's one of my main characters. So I have like almost every version that's out there of Ryu. And so, I wasn't opposed to getting one from Storm Arena. And so uh picking it up, I was like, "Oh, this is really, really cool." But man, this figure moves so well. I just love the way it moves. It definitely has that higher quality articulation that you get from imports. And aesthetically, it looks really good. It's a little more refined, I guess, than you would say the Jetta ones. The Jetta ones are going a little more for like that classic Street Fighter 2 look, a little more, I guess, cartoonish, roundish. These are a little more anime style, a little more chiseled, and so just
Mm,
looks fantastic. It's different enough where you don't feel like you're just copying what you already have. He does have its own kind of unique feel and style to it and look. And
yeah.
so, yeah, I was super happy with it. And another figure that I just messed with for a really long time. I still kind of grab him whenever I'm bored and just kind of keep posing him in Street Fighter move poses just because he's so much fun to play with. So I was like, yeah, I definitely got to put my boy Ryu on this list. And Storm
Love your
Arena,
review.
is doing a really fun job on their figures as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, they just came out of the gate blasting, just like started blasting that kind of thing, and just
Right.
balls to the wall. And they're awesome figures, dude. And the price point, the quality of the figure, they are the look. And then we talk about, especially for fans like of game reverse stuff like us, Capcom, all those games. These are the perfect Ryu and Ken that you need to match with those games.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they're aesthetically perfect. How you were talking about Jada, were you saying Jetta or Jada? I feel like I heard Jetta.
I said Jada, but it might have come out Jetta. I tend to mumble a little bit.
Jetta toys. Okay, maybe Jetta's
I,
like the offshoot.
I think I try to speak too quickly and I go Jetta, Jetta,
I like them both. I like both versions. Both are great.
Jetta or Jada. I'm down.
Yeah. Whichever one. But yes, those versions, the Street Fighter 2 version, they look more. They're more of the pixel art. you
Maybe
know?
it's like the Mafex, Mafex, NECA, Nika. Now
Yeah,
it could be,
Nika. I've never heard
Jeddah,
Nika
Cheetah,
before. That's a new one.
you know?
Jeddah is a planet. That's true. Isn't that a Star Wars
Yeah,
planet?
from, Rogue One.
Did you have any Star Wars stuff on your top list? Because I didn't have it on mine.
Did I put any? I looked into the Star Wars stuff, but honestly, I was actually talking to my buddy Brian about it. It's like Star Wars was pretty lackluster this year, man. 2025 was not the year of Star Wars. There was a couple, oh, that's kind of cool stuff that came out. Obviously, like the HasLab kind of fell through with the Arc, whatever you call that thing, the gunship.
Yeah, well, the gunship funded, but, we
Yeah,
don't
but
have
no, there wasn't a lot of like excitement behind it. I just hear a lot of like, mediocre. It's like, "Oh, it's cool. Yeah, 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 it's not really what I wanted, but it's cool," So it wasn't like, "Oh my gosh, I really, really want that thing?"
yeah.
And I kinda went back through a lot of the figures in Star Wars, and I was like, I didn't really mess with a lot of Star Wars. I picked up a few here and there of characters that I wanted, but nothing really, like, blew me away that I would say, "Oh, this is one of those people that one of these characters that I would put on like, you must have of 2025."
Yeah,
Sorry to
yeah.
say, man.
I mean, this is how it is, how it is. Let's stick with Street Fighter. Also, so like you were saying, this doesn't change anything in terms of how you feel about, um, Storm I mean, about Jada with their Street Fighter figures. You're like,
No,
are
I
you
love Jada. I mean, I put Jada on the list. We'll talk about it later because they're still making amazing figures, and I still really want the full roster. I'm supporting so many things that Jada's doing. So no, yeah, and I say this a lot. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I can only collect one." I'm not that type of person. I like to collect. Like I said, I have tons of Ryus. I got SH Figure Arts. I got Rheosaurus. I got Hasbro. I
yeah.
got Jada. I got all the ones that have made Street Fighter figures. I even got the old GI Joe Street Fighter figure.
Those are awful, but yeah, those are
They're
great.
awful, but they're
They're awful
awesome.
and great at the same time, you know? So
Yeah. So anyway, the point is that it's like I don't mind collecting them. If it's a character that I love, I'm buying them from whoever's making a good figure.
are you selecting if you're saying, "Okay, so now they're all doing alpha, right? They're gonna do alpha 3 Jada or Jedha." Are you sort of picking and choosing, or are you saying, "I'm gonna get both of them," or just deciding which one comes first, or how does that work?
No, I mean, if I like it, I'm gonna get it. I'm not putting
Even
any
if it's
walls
even
up.
if the characters it's 2 versions of the same character.
Yeah, if I like it, I'll get them. If they're different enough, and I'm like, oh, this is worth buying, I'll pick it up.
I guess so. It's domestic prices, right? You're not. It's not
Yeah.
like
And also,
Mayfix.
the prices are good. I'm not, having to spend, hundreds of dollars on these things. For 20, $30, I'm okay with buying a couple of them. And I think that's what was the fun part about figures back in the day too, was like they were at a price point that people were comfortable buying many, even if it were very similar.
Right.
We're getting to that kind of, like line where I'm sorry, where you don't know what you're doing. You don't know if you can afford everything, and so, you gotta pick and choose a little more, but,
Yeah.
like, especially when it's characters like Ryu, I'm gonna buy whatever, cool Ryu
For the
comes out.
graphic
So,
yeah.
like, Cammy, I'm gonna buy Cammy, Sagat, I'm gonna buy Sagat. But, there'll be some that I'm like, "Ah, he's not a character I care too much. I don't really want another one of him, even though if it's a cool figure or
Mhm.
not." So, I cherry pick, I'm gonna pick what makes me happy and what I feel I don't
It
mind adding to
makes you happy. Damien says, "I'm
my
grabbing all of the alpha stuff from both. The Jada are more fun to play with to me." Do you feel that way? Do you feel the Jada are more fun to play with? Like this big
Dude, I love playing with Jada figures. I said this from the beginning when I started collecting the Universal Monster ones that they did. They're just so much fun to mess with. I enjoy posing them and messing with their joints are really nice. They're strong joints. You can feel like these figures are not gonna, break. Like sometimes you feel like with your imports that if you mess with them too much, you're either gonna loosen their joints too much or you're gonna like, break one of those little like wrist pegs that come with a lot of the import figures.
Right.
These you don't feel like they're gonna break. Jada always feels like like old Tonka trucks. You could just like
Yeah,
smash them into the
it's
wall.
very great.
They're gonna be
My set
ready to go.
fell when I was doing B-roll, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I had the fear of like, "Oh my god, it's gonna break," they're yeah. Yeah, you lose. It wasn't that. I didn't have that fear.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
They're
but
fun.
they're awesome. They're awesome figures. This year, Blanca, Vega, just standout figures. I mean, Blanca
Yeah,
is
he was
so
a good figure. I was thinking which one of the 2 to put on my list, Blanca or Sagat. So I had to go Sagat just because Sagat's my guy. He's one of my favorite characters, and his figure's actually super, super fun to play with. I'm just here messing with mine, and he just poses really, really fun. So I went with Sagat, but Blanca, I mean, you cannot knock Blanca. He's another just really, really well done figure. Vega was super fun. That's the thing. I mean, I would just put Jada in the whole Street Fighter roster if I could because they're all phenomenal.
I did. I put them on my list. Yeah,
You're just like all of
yeah,
them,
I didn't like I'm doing all Jade. It's fine.
but
It's
I
like
wanted to be a little more
them.
more.
I don't have to put them in order of which I found the best or which one had the less articulation. It was just I like them
Oh,
all, and that's all my list comes down to.
I
Like
wanted
which one.
to round them out a little more and not just be kind of like one. I felt a little bit of I was putting a lot of Mondo on there too, but
That's
hey man,
fine. I mean, if you're
if
like,
I like
man,
it,
maybe
if I like it, it's on my
yeah,
list.
but that's what it is, right? It's like if that company just happens to make, if one company makes the stuff that I love to collect,
Yeah,
that's amazing because I know I can just go to them and they're super
and the truth
reliable. I
is,
love it.
yeah,
And they have
and
great choices, of IPs.
yeah, and the truth is that, like, they're good figures, man. All of them are good. It's like,
Yeah,
they're just so much fun.
yeah, they are fun. They are fun. These are, I love these. The Vega was probably my favorite out of the three. Although I say that, and I love Sagat and I love Blanca, but Vega I thought was really really cool. So yeah, and not just look. I'm not gonna say just Street Fighter. Again, we talked about Mega Man, and look, man, I love a Mega Man. All right, I, I I think this is a really cool rock band with the hair and everything, with the attitude. Um, it was awesome, and this was the first year we got the deluxe stuff. And the
Yep.
deluxe stuff was like a long time coming, and it was bound to happen. And then we finally get Bubble Man and we get Woodman, and they're just super cool figures. They look awesome. They just the style of them is so great. Yeah, they're so cool. I love holding them. I love like moving them around. They have like great articulation too, and they have the perfect marriage. Jada does with aesthetic and articulation,
Yeah.
and it just works so well with what they do.
Yeah, and that's what Jada's really good at, and also just the fact that they're fantastic to actually, mess around with. It's the engineering behind them that's also good.
Yeah, the engineering's perfect, and they with the first wave of Street Fighter figures, they changed factories. They're like, this
Yeah,
injustice will not stand. We're gonna make
and that's
sure that
why that's why Jada's great because they just constantly improving it. They're not gonna say, "Hey, it is what it is. Let's just stick with it." They're like, "No, how can we keep making it better?" And they're just keep pushing it, and so it's a great company, man.
what men is log. How about log? I would love a log figure.
Log, what is that? I don't
Stimpy,
remember log.
and Stimpy, it's log. It's log. It's better than that.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy's log.
Yeah, I
I was
want
trying to
to
think of
Stimpy log. If Mondo's listening and watching, make a log. Make log.
They did Ren and Stimpy, they could do log.
Exactly.
They
I
gotta
want
do like,
log.
yeah, they should do what do they call them? The group ones where they do all the troops. What do they call them?
Oh my God, was something with an S. Squads?
The
Mondo Squad,
squads.
right?
That's what they
Squad.
yeah. They gotta do like a backup characters for Ren and Stimpy and do like, some of their other
Oh,
characters like that.
powdered toast man. All those, yeah, those are great.
That would be
With the
awesome.
rubber nipples, like a rubber nipple set with
Yeah,
log.
yeah. That'd be
Oh,
really cool. You'd be messing with those things all day long.
oh my God, I'd be covered in rubber nipple all over my body. Need that squads, yeah, squads. That's what it. Yeah. So yeah, look, give me a log. Just give me a log already. All right.
Log it, Mike.
Um, let's continue our list. Let's try and make it snappy. You
Yes.
know.
Chug along.
Uh, well, there's a lot of figures. It's a year in review. It makes you realize that how much bullshit we bought.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But it's good stuff. It's good bullshit.
it's great. It's great content. Savage Lang Rogue out of the Snap 3 pack. I mean, look at your face. Look at your face. When I pull this up, I just see your face. Like, was Daddy, why?
That's my gooner face. No, that's my '90s nostalgia face. I mean, like, yeah, we talked about them, would they ever do a Savage Land Rogue? This was always, like, one that would come up, especially when they were doing all the X-Men and the old Jim Lee, and the black and I mean, the blue and yellow suits, and, like, they did that whole, Savage Land arc, and I'm like, "Man, that would be really cool if they did a Savage Land Rogue to kinda complement all these other figures."
Indeed.
And we're like, "I don't know, she's too scantily clad," and, they've been kinda being Hasbro's been kinda like, "Oh, I don't know if we can put out those kinda characters." They got rid of Slave Leia, and so we're like, "I don't know, man, they'll probably never do it." And not only did we get, you know, this one, and we also got Shayna the She-Devil, and they did such a nice job on these figures, scantily and all. They didn't hold back,
He did not
and,
hold
they were fun, and, like, again, this one is a cool character. Again, me in my 90s and wanting to complete sets, this was definitely one I wanted to complete my Savage Land, arc, version, and so we have almost all of them except for a '90s version. I think it was Typhoid Mary is the one we're missing. We
Yeah,
got
that's
our
right.
we got our Deathbird finally too. So,
That bird's
we're
awesome.
we almost got them all, and so I'm very excited to get that whole roster put together. I'm thinking of, like, a cool display I'm gonna do because I have the poster, so I wanna put the poster up, and then I wanna put, like, a little, like, kinda, like, thin, shelf and then put all the characters.
Oh, hell yeah.
Super cool, super cool.
That's super cool. She's cool. I was surprised because you had sent your list. I was like, "Oh, did you mean the Legends one, or did you mean the Mondo one?" But then I guess
Yeah.
you do some
I went
content.
with the Legends one because it completed my, my team that I'm building in the other one. I like the one Mondo did for sure,
Mhm.
but I figured I'd give this one a little bit more credence because it completed my set.
Clear water. Yeah, for sure. Um, for me, my list, we'll continue with my list because mine's the best. This is the SH Figure Arts Guts. This was the third
Good.
version, I believe, and this is the best one. Um, the
Yes.
other two had issues with joints and holding the weapons and everything. So um,
Yeah,
this
I
is
think the other
the
ones too are
and
hard 'cause,
Guts.
he has that, cannon arm that's always
Yeah.
kind of a pain. He's got the giant sword and, the little wrist, what do you call those things? Joints that are just kinda soft, but I think they really kinda figured it all out with this one, and obviously
Yep.
because it lends itself a little bit better, you get a much smoother cape, he's actually got both hands, and so he can hold it, but yeah, man, everyone who got this figure would not stop telling me how awesome it is, It's such a
It's the
good.
best one. It's clearly the
Yeah.
best one, and I hope they can go back and do another version of version 2.0 of the original
Yeah,
one
if
they
they ever
released.
do the Black Swordsman,
Yeah,
uh, and they can use a little bit of what they did on this one to help enhance it, that would be phenomenal, But yeah,
yeah.
this one was a fun one. This one really kinda captured the Band of the Hawk, guts, and they really did a good job of making sure everything kinda worked really well aesthetically and, the engineering and the articulation and everything. Super, super cool one.
Yeah, great one. Very happy with that one. That had to be on my list. I had a lot of fun with that one. One of the ones I was really hoping for because the other two were terrible, and this one delivered. And yeah, excited to see what else they can do with the guts line. So
Yeah.
Berserk. Revo Tech for you. Your
Yes.
Saitama.
Back to Revoltech. And this figure was for me really, really fun. Again, when the companies and the way they do their toys really line up with the characters and the IPs that they're working with, it just makes such the difference. And like for me, One Punch Man is one of those super dynamic, it goes from like very static to super dynamic really quickly, and you can feel the energy behind the animation or the manga. And Revoltech does a really good job of kind of being able to recreate that in a figure with the
Hmm.
wired cape, with the super dynamic posing, with all the different heads and stuff. You can really have fun with this one, like really getting some really fun posing out of Saitama here. So he was one of those figures that I played with a lot. He's still sitting in my office, and I'm like always looking at him. I was like, I wonder what pose I can get him in next.
He's cool, man. The one thing, and Okay, so I've heard two things about this specific figure. The cape being a little bit weird engineering, how it's a mix of plastic and soft good, but that maybe just that depending on
It's just the way
the
it goes over the shoulders. It's got, like, a little bit of, plastic drape over the top, and then the cape comes underneath it, and I get it. Some people don't like that. Um, it doesn't bother me. I think it's cool because, like, look in the picture, you can really, and it does, like, pose really well. The wiring is awesome. I love
Mhm.
making it look like the wind's blowing it, like, big gusts of, energy, pushing the cape out, and as he getting ready to do some crazy move.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't a big deal for me, and like I said, I'm probably a little biased just because I like Revoltech, and I really love One Punch Man. Super
Mhm.
disappointed that the anime is just stinking it up with their terrible, production value there, but, whatever, I mean, it's still a really cool figure, and I
Season
still.
still kick ass. All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, I
So
love
it's still
that.
really awesome though, and this figure was really, really fun. So I was always wanting. I got a couple other figures. I got the Figma one, I got a 1/6 scale one, and then I was really excited about, the Revoltech one because I knew it was gonna be very dynamic, and it didn't
Mhm.
disappoint. It was exactly what I was hoping it would be for a Saitama figure.
So just that one thing, and the second thing, which isn't really about the figure, it's about the release and how they designed it all. The fact that you can only get that standard Saitama face as a
Mm.
bonus and not standard, that is BS.
Yeah, yeah, we've had that happen with a few things where they put a very vital piece as a add-on or some sort of, like,
Yeah,
exclusive
a
piece.
bonus or a Genki
Yeah,
bonus,
the
you know?
bonus head, which is a real, real sad detriment. Like, fortunately, I got the one with the bonus head, so I'm not complaining. But for the people who weren't able to get the one with the bonus head, you are missing that kinda really funny dead expression that, Saitama has. And so, yeah, that's definitely one that should have been in the box. It should not have been, a bonus, as you say. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I would say that might be probably one of the downsides. But like I said, if you got it with it and you got the whole package,
you said,
freaking
baby.
awesome.
Freaking awesome. Speaking of freaking awesome, on my list, Mayfex Toby, Spider-Man. I had the figure arts version. Um, man, this one's awesome. I know the Garfield version is supposed to be very cool. I did not get that one, and it's like very expensive now. And maybe I'll do a reissue at some point. But I think this figure is really, really badass. And look, standard vanilla pose here, but he is
Mm.
super, super nimble. You can get him in any sort of pose you want. He feels great. The ankles are a little chunky just because of the way they designed the joint. Que pasa, caballeros? Hello, Alex Martinez. Chris says, Bro Toys Guts, Bro Toys Berserker Cruise 112. I'll check that out. I'll check that out. But yeah, this Spider-Man, awesome. I love this one. Such a cool figure. Very happy with it. Again, I had the figure arts one, but this one took its place. There's no reason to have two. I like that one too. The figure arts one's cool, but this one just I liked a lot more. It's a more fun figure to play with. The one thing that I need to get for the figure I've seen people post is the Farul head for this specific Spider-Man. He is like he does a lot of different heads for different spider figures, Spider-Man characters, and he does a Toby version for this Mayfix figure, which looks incredible. I think that's the only thing I'm missing.
Are you gonna get
But
your Tobias?
I mean, I don't really care about the Tobias one, but I
You get the Tobias, but you get it from the, Arrested Development Tobias, and you get
that's amazing. That's the one I should do.
that's the one you should get.
That's what I should do. I just so this is the perfect segue. I'm like, you know what? If I get a movie figure, I usually don't put the human face on. I want the masked version. That's the one that is the best version. But there's this figure out there that completely blew my mind. I know it blew your mind too. Um, this is the InArt Dark Knight. Um,
Yep.
that Bale head is insane.
Yeah. It really
That
steals the show. When you pick this figure up, we've had a lot of people pick this up at the shop, and they are just blown away by the level of intricacy and detail that InArt was able to put on such a small figure. I mean, this looks like, 1/6 scale, when you look at it, and when you realize it's 1/12, you're just like, "Holy moly, that's amazing." And for me, I've always been excited because I feel like if this is the beginning of, like, pushing 1/12 into, like, the hyper realistic, details you can get in the 1/6 scales, I mean, it's gonna be phenomenal. You already see, like, a lot of the mass companies like Hasbro and stuff constantly kind of improving a little bit on their, head sculpts and the way they print the faces, and you're definitely getting much better details, much more likenesses and stuff. But InArt takes it to the next level. And man, if this is the
Out of the
future,
yeah, it's a whole other level, man.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
nothing
this is the
nothing
next.
comes close to this ability to take that to 112.
Yeah. So if InArt is like leading the way, and we'll see other companies catch up and can give this level of quality and detail in a 1/12th, man, we're gonna have some really amazing figures in the future.
Yeah. One bummer with the figure, I mean, the figure's awesome, and they are releasing an accessory pack with a wired cape and some other pieces as well. That was the only thing. And there's another Batman I have on my list that also has a cape issue. But outside of that, like I said, I for most of the time when I have a movie figure, I'm displaying them with their mask or how they traditionally are in the movies, especially their superhero character. But with this one, I immediately put the Christian Bale, and I've left it since because
Oh, you're like, I gotta look at Mr. Bale. He
it's
looks
just
really good.
so freaking good. How about Goonie? but
Were you gooning on Christian
well,
Bale?
no. It's just I just love art. I just love art. I love great art. Yeah, figure of the year right there. That's yeah, for sure, for sure. We'll move through your list. Let's go rapid fire.
Yeah, let's do
You
some
have a
good ones.
couple of data figures here from Cyberpunk.
Jada, we talked about Jada doing incredible figures. These were awesome. They caught me off guard. Like I didn't when he's like, "Oh, we're doing cyberpunk figures." Holy mackerel. And I'd watched the anime. I love cyberpunk stuff, and the figures were so much fun. They have that amazing Jada quality, but it's like they took it up a notch, man. They incorporated the soft goods and like the detail, and man, these were so much fun. So yeah, definitely had to make my list.
Yeah, they look so cool. They showed off some other ones at San Diego Comic Con, and they look
Oh,
awesome as
I'm
well.
excited to get
Yeah,
those 2.
Adam Smasher, right?
Yeah,
Or not Adam? Yeah,
yeah, whatever.
looks yeah. Whatever. Move on. Oh, Hot Toys, Doctor Doom. Um,
Yes, this one was so cool. I mean, I had this one in the shop. I wasn't really having my eye on it, but I knew it kinda looked really cool. And my son, is a huge Doctor Doom fan, and he came into the shop one day, and he's like, "Holy crap, dad, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, Doctor Doom came in. What do you think?" And he just could not stop talking about this thing. So,
like,
I definitely had to get him one for Christmas. And, dude, this
I
thing
turned ball.
delivers. Like, we know, Hot Toys for doing the movie figures, like the ones, what is it called? Like realistic, real action stuff. And so to do a
Mhm.
comic book version of Doom and give it that kind of like same high quality treatment that Hot Toys is known for was
Yeah,
super cool. They've done a few other comic book versions of characters, but this one, I don't know. This feels like it could have come right out of a movie because it is so well done, so realistic. And he comes with so many cool things. He has different face plates. You can put the modern one, which I prefer. My son likes the classic one that I got right here, and he is just super, super fun. So, man, if you're a Doom fan, and I don't know, maybe next year or this year with Doomsday coming out and Doctor Doom
yeah.
being in the spotlight, this figure is probably going to be even more sought after because this is just an awesome figure.
Josh Brown said, "I remember when Hot Toys were $100."
That was like 200 years ago.
Yeah, this thing is not $100, not even 200. That looks amazing. Yeah, it does look pretty awesome, dude. That's a badass Doom. My favorite Doom, I think the best 112 Doom is the Mezco one. So I'm excited to see who else does an awesome Doom.
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of Doom next this year, so we'll see
Well,
what
I
happens.
anticipate also with Gamerverse if Figuarts does a Doom, and that would be
That'd be a
insane.
cool one.
That'd be a cool one. Speaking of cool ones and big ticket items on your list is the Rattler. This
Yes.
thing's massive and beautiful.
Like I said earlier in the show, I used to collect, mostly Cobra, but I didn't get a shot at getting a lot of the ships, and one that I always wanted was the Rattler, so I was always kind of bummed I never got it. So when the HasLab came available, I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool. I think I'm gonna get it." And man, this thing is really well done. They did a really good job of engineering this thing. It is so much fun. Like it moves, it's got all sorts of accessories, it lights up. The cockpit is great, the little turret is amazing. It's a really fun one the way they engineered the stand where it goes on, so it's really easy to pose and put out. I actually have it in the dining room right now, so I kept telling my wife, "I'm gonna take it to the office, don't worry."
You've left the dining room
But
since.
it's been there the whole time. It's a really fun vehicle, and I love the way Hasbro did it. I mean, JoJo Classifieds, they're just really good at the way they kinda conceptualize their characters and the accessories and all the kind of things they do, and that does not, change for the vehicles. They do such an incredible job of really thinking them through, and, like, it feels like there's a lot of care going into designing this thing, and man, it was way more fun than I thought it was gonna be.
It looked awesome, man. It's badass. Jordan from Canada, what's up? Happy New Wishes, all. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Josh Brown asked, Ed, do you display wings up or down?
Down, down. I mean,
Down,
I
down. Blue
I
down.
I gotta have them in flight mode. I guess you could, like, put them up and it's, like, in storage, but for me, it's gotta be soaring, especially because it's on the stand. So that thing is just, cruising through the sky. I got the missiles shooting out. It looks amazing.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
man.
definitely down for me.
Once I did have the his tank again. The thing I sold to you because I was just it was either for me you know if you're going to commit or not to a line, right? And so for me, I knew if I'm going to do his tank, I'm going to want the Rattler. I'm going to want that.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to want like continue and get those things. So I went cold turkey. I got rid of the his tank, which was hurtful, painful, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I
Probably one of
can
the
like
greatest travesties of your life, Michael.
it's up there, yeah. But for you, it was just Tuesday.
For me, just another Tuesday.
That thing's badass. We'll stick with the theme of GI Joe. This I love this figure. This was on. It wasn't on my list per se, but once I saw it on yours, I'm like, okay, yeah, I consider that one of my favorite figures, just because I love the original one so much. I've been wanting this one for so long, and they outdid themselves with this one. I think
Yeah,
it's
this one was one, like, when I talked about Dabney and Dial Tone. It was a figure that, I really wanted, I loved as a kid, and this one, he came out a little later, but I was still super here's the original one, I still have my original one, and,
I'll wait it
it
out.
was another one that I'm like, "Please, I hope they make this," I know it's a little later on in the line, maybe it's not as popular as some of the older, more, well-known ones, because a lot of people always say, "Hey, do you remember Desert Scorpion?" Like, "Who the crap was that?" And I'm like, "No, he was really cool. He looked like, yellow and brown." He's like, "No, I've never seen that." And so I was like, I didn't have high expectations that this one would make it, in the roster so soon, so the fact that they made him, it's so cool. I even still have his little scorpion.
Oh, he does a scorpion.
Yeah, look, they used to be so simple.
Hey! Oh,
And
that's
and
awesome.
now they're just so cool. So I was super happy to get that one. Man, and again, just the concept behind it, the way they execute it, the way they add the detail and kind of modernize it, they did an amazing job on this figure. So this one, I mean, he's
Oh,
still on my desk at work, and I mess with him every day. He's so much fun.
Alex Martinez asked, "Are you guys going to pre-order the Cobra Hiss winter version?" I am not,
I'm
surprisingly.
not, talking about how we mentioned space and having all these things already. It's like I gotta cherry pick the ones that I can. I mean, it looks really cool, and if I could have like every version of everything, but since I already have the his tank and it's just a real color, deco change, I
Yeah.
don't really feel the need to buy another one. So I prefer to leave the very little space left, and hunt for something a little more,
More can you put on your dining table at this point,
I know, that's what I'm saying, it's like I'm already, spreading out into the house, my wife's gonna, start freaking out on me, so I gotta tread very carefully, Michael.
Tread lightly, man. It might sting you like a scorpion, like a meat scorpion.
Exactly right.
Yeah, this thing just makes me happy. I saw it, and I think there was a sale at Target, so I picked it up there in person, and I was just smitten, as they say.
Yeah.
Absolutely smitten with Desert Scorpion. He's so cool. And the next year, well, this year they have what's the other one that I like a lot that you were talking about?
Night Viper.
Night Viper. Oh man, Night Viper has been heavy on my list for a long time.
Yeah, another one we enjoyed, and yeah, that was another one that I was like, man, I hope they get around to this one. And when they showed it, I was like, hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah, bro! That thing is awesome. What we got here? What we got here on your list? We got jugs, big old jug. You love a pair of jugs, or a big
Love,
jug.
love these jugs.
Love those
Yeah.
jugs. The old Jughead.
Have you ever seen those things where they're like, "Oh, can I touch your ass?" And then like there's like these two girls walking, but then the guy goes past them and there's a guy with like an actual like donkey. And
Donkey.
he's like, "Oh, let me pet your ass." Hey, like we should do that. We should walk around with two juggernauts. I'm like, "Oh, let me touch your jugs." And then we'll walk past it
Excuse
and you'll hold
me.
it to
Hey, juggernauts.
No, it was just these.
Oh no, I'm not a creep. Love
Um,
the other background. Yeah, those pictures are awesome.
but man,
Yes,
this juggernaut
juggernaut.
was awesome. I mean, like we all were excited. They're like, we're doing a new Juggernaut. We all know how massive Juggernaut was in the game. So we're like, are they going to capture that? Is it going to be as big and beefy as we hope? They already did a couple of jugs already. How's it going to, differentiate itself?
Nice.
And man, this thing is awesome. This is definitely the best Juggernaut out there. He's so big. He's so like much fun to pose and like
Yeah,
really, really fun figure.
yeah. We all love jugs. Just be proud of it. This is an awesome figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like you wanted something that was posable. I think this kind of hits it for being such a massive figure. You can get the butterfly joints. You can move them all the way back, get them forward, aesthetically pleasing. He's not just a redeco version of the old Juggernaut. He's obviously way bigger. I think for a while the favorite out there was the Select, and this one surpasses it.
I
And
think
I
so.
would be very curious if Figuarts goes Game Reverse style and does a Juggernaut. If they
That'd
want
be
to go
amazing.
and kind of compete and make their own version, I don't know. I mean, look, they obviously can make massive figures. They do it all the time. So it wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprising. My hope is that they go Sentinel and then
Yeah.
maybe run
I mean, I
Juggernaut.
want a Sentinel just because it's I love Sentinels. I have tons of Sentinels, and I'm
Oh,
excited for that version.
yeah.
So, if they ever did a really nice that actually looked like the one from the video game, I would be super excited. So, I mean, that's who I voted for. So, let's see what happens.
I voted for Kodos.
What?
Um, yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. I love
You
the
voted
game.
for Trump.
I'm sure. Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos. All right. Um,
You voted for Maldani. No.
um, yeah, it would be cool, man. See what else they do. I know. I'm sure this year we're gonna have some more Game Reverse stuff. Whether that's a whole like series or if it's just one singular figure, we'll get something from Legends
We'll see.
in that program. So hopefully it's something awesome. Flash was on your list as well. The Revoltech Flash is probably the best 112 scale Flash out there.
I mean, talk
Um,
about exactly what I said before. Like when a design like a toy line hits like the IP perfectly. I mean, you cannot like find a cooler Flash that is more dynamic. I mean, when the Flash moves, it's all dynamic. It all feels like you're going a million miles an hour, and that's what Revoltech is so good at doing. You know, making something feel like it is like really, really feeling movement and
Yeah,
just
you get
super.
movement, you get fluidity of the character,
Yeah.
and just like they can really capture, especially if you have the effects on it. But even just standard like that too
Yeah,
works so
I've been
well.
messing with mine, playing with him, putting him in different running poses, and I mean, everything he does, he
Motion.
just looks like he's, like, going a million miles an hour. So that's why I love Revoltech and certain figures like this, just because it just you can feel the kinetic energy when you're just,
They move for
holding on
speed.
to these guys.
Yeah, Jordan.
Need
Yeah,
for speed,
the
yeah.
effects are awesome on this one, and you also have Yellow Flash too, which is, I mean, basically
Yeah,
the
it
same
was
figure.
cool, like, if you like Reverse
Yeah.
Flash, boom, you can get that one too, and he has the
Oh,
same, awesome aesthetics. So yeah, definitely this one was one of my favorites because he was just so much fun and it's such a perfect, fit for the Revoltech line.
yeah. Speaking of, okay, so like it's Revoltech, but not really. Mess Toys, the superior
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
This
I,
one's a cool one. I put this one
yeah,
on my list just because it really kind of did blow me away. Like I love Revoltech and obviously this, they they just
They borrowed a
completely
few things here and there,
borrowed. We say they borrowed Revoltex designs, but sometimes these companies just they add some stuff to it that just really takes it and makes it very very dynamic. I love the way this figure looked when it came out. We put one out in the shop, and holy moly, it was the same awesome dynamic you see in Revoltech, but you get these incredibly well done mechanical limbs and the head sculpt. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't know if I like the head sculpt," but man, for me it hit. It was really really well done. It was a really cool version, and you get so many great stuff with this, and the price point, being $40 or whatever. It's
Mhm.
such a cool toy. So I was really kind of blown away how much I ended up liking this figure, because they're cool, but I didn't expect this one to be as interesting and fun as I found it to be when I got to mess with it.
Once those mesh toys came out, it instantly hit. Everyone was saying these are awesome. They don't
Yeah, they're
feel
really cool,
knockoff.
and I
They
know
don't yeah. They're
a
they're
lot
not
of
like
that.
cheapy toys or anything like that. It's just there's a really big quality, and they're making, you know, really fun action figures.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And I know they borrow a lot. Like I said, they took a lot from Revoltech, but they're doing something fun with it. So for collectors who enjoy it, it's a cool toy,
Yeah.
and the
Speaking of
price.
cool toys, this figure oh, yeah, I'm picking up mine, I think, tomorrow, so that's why I couldn't include it on my list, but I know I'm gonna love it. Everyone that's
Wow, wow, yeah, it's you're gonna love the way it looks, Michael.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of loving the way it looks, you're one of the you stand prideful because you love this figure very much. This is the '97 Logan.
Yeah. I mean, this figure blew me away. I was not expecting it to really capture me. And like, these are fun. These are like figures that you weren't really thinking about. And then when you get it in your hand, you're like, holy crap, why is that so cool? That's way
Hmm.
cooler than it needs to be. And this is definitely that for me, I guess it has a lot to do nostalgia wise, because I love the X-Men cartoon, and there was a lot of episodes where he came out like this, and he just followed Logan around,
Yeah.
and also just because I got a lot of Wolverines, and
Mhm.
I feel that this head sculpt is probably the best Logan we've ever gotten. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
fantastic. I don't know. And like I said, for me, the cartoon Logan was just so iconic, and so I
Right.
think this kind of hits exactly on those marks for me.
Great
And
jacket.
he's just really cool, and the coloring and the way they did him. I mean, he looks like he popped out of the cartoon,
Yeah.
and like he's definitely my favorite Logan. There's a lot of cool Wolverines. Like I said, I love the man. You could pop this head on that of yours, Mikey, the Game Reverse one.
Mm.
You'll probably get like the coolest Logan Wolverine ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
like that
yeah.
version of Wolverine too. Yeah, that's a cool one. I mean, again, that's a very iconic look and for the
Yeah,
cartoon.
he's such a fun figure, man. I really really had fun with that figure.
Speaking of iconic, this is also on both of our lists, and I'm just gonna start it up.
Rev it up, Michael.
This is the Ectomobile.
Yeah. Hasbro nailed it. They did such a great job with this thing. They put so much detail on it. They gave us Finder's Butt, which I know we all wanted to have in our collections. I
Dude,
mean, they
it
put
just
all the bells and whistles on this bad boy.
it truly did.
Yeah, Mikey
The
did
thing
an
is,
amazing review of this bad boy. So if you guys wanna know all the ins and outs, check it out, because he lays it all on the table for you guys.
all on the
Yeah.
table, literally.
Man, talk about that's probably my favorite vehicle of the year. Like a lot of like the big ones. That Ecto, I mean, like I said, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and to get something like that, which is really like everything you ever wanted in Ecto One, it's such a good vehicle.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. The moment I got it, I was just instantly happy because it was one of the things where, man, I really want it, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I saw it at New York Comic Con. I was basically sold on it the moment I saw it. But once you get it, you just don't know because it's a lot of money to commit to. But I think
Yeah,
they pack in a lot of stuff to make it worth it. And
yeah.
then once you put all you put the batteries in, you put some of the stickers on. Stickers are the downside, and I know a lot of people say that, and it's true because they don't really stick very well, especially on things that are on the roof. All
I think it's
little
also
dingy
because you have
stickers.
really greasy fingers, Michael.
I think I also have like really greasy coconut butter fingers, so that's partially my fault. So I get all my finger sludge on the stickers, so it doesn't stick anymore. The only thing is that you have to commit sticker wise to one or two. I wish there was an easier swap, and that's why I said, we talked about this. If you could actually swap the doors off, they had hinges. You would just kind of like stick in,
Yeah.
and then you could pop off with the back door, the hood, and the side doors. Then
Yeah, I would
you'd
have been
be
happy if
good to
the emblems were just on, like, little magnet plastic
go.
pieces that you could pop in and off. There was a little
Yeah,
ways that would have been the
they're
perfect
not.
the icing on the cake if they would have done something like that to make this thing, like, perfect, perfect. It sucks
Yeah,
is there's, like, that little gripe that, "Oh, these stickers kinda suck." You know, if
yeah.
they would have done it where the stickers were already or not even stickers, they were just kinda printed on and you could just change out the plastic pieces, it
Mhm.
would be, like, perfect, perfect, perfect,
Yeah.
but we can't have it all, Michael.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control. The Tully figure
Yeah.
is so good. It might be my favorite. These 3 are the best. Like, you have your standard Ghostbusters, and those are cool, but the library ghost, she's fantastic. The Slimer with the
Do you put her next to your bed when you sleep?
yeah, so, like, like, if I ever, like, feel like I can't go to sleep, I look at her and go, they go, "Ah." I would have loved if they had included the monster head
Yeah, I'm
with this
surprised they
one.
didn't. I was thinking that they were. For some reason in my head, I'm like, "Where's the monster head?" And then I was like, "Oh, maybe they didn't do that."
Yeah, yeah, they know we are old, right? They forgot. They forgot. And no one can put a sticker on perfectly in the center. I couldn't, man. I think I got the stickers on the doors fine, but the other ones are just they're so small, and I got super sweaty fingers. It doesn't work. So it's just what we're at. But yeah, this library goes the translucent plastic. So I took a picture of her with the real Ghostbusters Egon, and it was really fun using one of Mike's dioramas that I got from him.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. And then on your, these aren't necessarily numbered, but I feel like in your heart, in your soul, in your body, in your loins, this is definitely your number one figure of the year. This is the
Oh,
Mondo.
yeah, this was one that I was super excited. Like I said, I'm huge into Mondo, and I love He-Man, and I've been collecting a lot of these, and, like, one of my favorite characters, Evelyn, and I've been waiting patiently for her. She finally came out this year, and man, she's so much fun. She's exactly what I wanted. There's one issue that I was very disappointed, is that they did the cape, with these just 2 little holes that you're supposed to hook on to these little, like, I guess, like, spikes coming out of her whatever neck piece there, and that's the
Okay.
only way to get the cape to hang on, and it's like,
Right.
I hate it. I hate it. So,
But it's like the more you love something, the more you like you'll find things that
yeah,
will pain you about it,
and so, like, it's just kinda sitting on there. This one kinda pops off all the time, so it's a real pain in the butt. I've seen other people complain about it, so they actually do, like, these little chains that hold them, and it
Mm,
actually looks really good. So it's kind of a little bit of a sore subject because I'm just like, man, I love this figure so much. I love the character, and this is like one of the coolest versions of her that I've ever had. And to have that kind of little bit of a stick, what'd you call it, like a thorn in my side.
thorn in your meaty side. Um,
It's been a little bit of
yeah,
disappointment, but
yeah,
she's still really, really cool. You look past that, man, she is a really fun figure. Like I said, and that her for me is because she has always been one of my favorite characters. I always kind of lean to the bad guys in like J. Joe, He-Man. I love Skeletor, all those characters, and so
yeah.
she was always really, really cool. And so
Uh, Josh says, "Oh, not the goddess."
I love the goddess too. The goddess ah, is definitely on my love list, but I didn't want to put too many of the same, and she's kind of similar to Evelyn, And so I was like, I'm gonna pick one of the two, and obviously Evelyn for me is my favorite character compared. And so I love both of them, but I went with Evelyn just because I wanted to, not just put all of them on the list. All like every Mondo figure
Yeah,
makes the
yeah. Oh, every Mondo, just everything.
yeah. I was
Uh,
trying to round it out with a little more, but she is really really fun.
Wait for the inevitable yellow convention exclusive. Well, we have the yellow wing that would
I'll
go
get it.
perfect.
I'll get it.
Rowdy says, "Hey, Rowdy, how you doing? Hopefully, we all get an Allison Brie Evelyn. That would be my first. That would be your first Motu. My goodness.
I love Allison Brie, man. I watched a show called Glow. I never late gorgeous ladies
Yeah,
of
bro. Yeah,
wrestling.
the gorgeous leadings of wrestling.
And man, she was like, "Oh, this she's awesome." And then later I found out, "Oh, that's the same girl from Community." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is her."
Yeah,
And
man.
ever since then, I've been a big Allison Brie fan. And so when I saw she was cast as Evelyn, I was like, "Holy crap, that's like perfect." I'm super excited. So yeah, yeah, I'll be buying that hot toy faux show.
Oh, show. For me, this was on my list. If you watch the Geek Effects figure rewind, this I think, yeah, this I just fell in love instantly with this figure. This is the UPF LPZZ, whatever you want to call it, the Arkham Knight Batman, and I like that game quite a bit. And the design's cool, but this figure is so badass. The cape has its issues. I understand that, and it's a little bit of a bigger figure. But man, just the insane detail that's on this figure, the whole armored piece, it moves very well. It just feels like a very sturdy figure. The
When'd you
cape
get
is
that one? I didn't even know you had that one.
which one?
That LPZZ one. The Batman we're looking at. What do you mean which one?
Oh, I'm talking about a different Batman. Where did I get this Batman?
Yeah, I didn't even know you had gotten it. You never even told me you got that one.
Oh, I got this one. I got it
Yeah,
from
I
the
can
main store called Hidden Temple Toys.
what? I think you
Burn through your money and buy stuff at Hidden Temple Toys.
I think you've been cheating on me, Michael.
No, I would never. I would never go to another toy store. Um, no, this one's awesome.
Yeah, it looks
Actually,
really, really
I think I got the one from AliExpress. Honestly,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was one of the ones that was in the summer, and I pre-ordered it, and then it actually shipped out, and for a lot of people, it got canceled, and then a good amount of people got them, and I was able to get one, and yeah, it's super cool.
Look
I
at
love
you,
it.
man. The
It's
toy gods smile upon you once again.
Yes, they do. They do. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they frown upon me, but that was the day they smiled. It was a glorious smile because this figure is so cool. Tons of accessories. You can move the eyeballs around so you can get the full like opaque white, which looks awesome. Yeah, this yeah, the gray armor looks very silky smooth. The cape, and he's just such a badass, imposing Batman. And I think Batman's probably my favorite character to collect of the figures. So this is awesome. This and the in art are basically 1 and 1A. Those are my top figures of the year. But yeah, yeah, super cool.
Very nice, Michael. Very nice.
Yeah, and that's basically our list
Is
for
that all of them?
2020. That's it.
Woo!
That's your every single figure made this year.
It was a lot of figures. There were a lot
Figures.
of good figures this year, man. When I was going through the list, my wife was like, "You do
Oh
a
yeah,
top 25 of 25," and I was like, "Woof, that's a lot." But and at first I kind of struggled, and then suddenly it's like the gates open and the waters flowed, and I was like, "There's a lot of good toys," and they just kept coming and coming. I was like, "Man, this is some really really fun stuff." And there was a lot. There was a few more that didn't go on the list, and I was just kind of like, "Eh, whatever." But there's still a good amount of toys out there that were just as fun, and I'm sure other people have some really good ones that
yeah.
they loved in their collections. And so I'm really excited to see what 2026 brings and what other really awesome toys we were able to add to our collection.
Kadeem for sure. What's up, Kadeem? How you doing? 3 soldiers, 2 cowboys, 1 skull, and some prints. We did a whole stream with Wade. It was like one of those marathons, and Kadeem's awesome. Kadeem Hardison from a different world.
Kadeem.
You watched A Different World.
I love The Different World.
Yeah, man. He was Dwayne.
That's right. That's right.
Come on. I want you
Amazing.
gotta get him on the show. He's awesome. Um, what is the one figure you're looking forward to this year? For me, it's the 112 Skeletor, the Mondo Skeletor. I'm
Cool.
salivating over that one. The close second would be the figure art Spider Man, and then whatever Jada has cooking up this summer. I'm really interested
Yeah.
in their
I think
2.0.
there's a lot of ones. I don't know why, and this is just one that I've been kind of waiting on, and so it's in my head. But I'm really excited to check out McFarlane's Elite Spawn figure.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
See how
I'm
that
excited
series
for that
stacks
whole
up.
line, but that Spawn's gonna be cool, and I think that Spawn is kind of like a version that everybody's been wanting. Very articulated, cloth cape, you know, the original costume. So I think a lot of people who love Spawn and have been wanting a really nice version are going to be happy. So I've been hoping to get that thing soon. I know it's already shipping out to a lot of people. Hopefully we'll get
Mhm.
it at the shop soon. But I'm really looking forward to playing with that. There's a lot of cool things on the horizon, but man, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, man. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of stuff to wait for. A lot of stuff to anticipate. Look, it's just January. We got some time before things destroy us, and things that we've been wanting finally come, and we're screwed. The apocalypse. I think the major order apocalypse. I'm excited about too.
Yep.
Not
That
in
was
person. That's awesome. That thing's super
I
cool.
almost put that on my list. And I'm like, wait a minute, that hasn't come out yet.
Preemptive.
Yeah.
Gonna be on the 26 list. Don't forget to order that Mondo Skelly. The Arctic Kiss and today, yes, the Skelly and today or Tuesday?
And
I think it
today is
ends on Tuesday, right? Or is it today? Did I screw up?
Tuesday, Sunday, Sunday,
Oh no,
Sunday.
no, it's the sixth. Yeah, a Tuesday. Yes, but yeah, definitely want to pick that up because I think it's gonna be amazing.
Have you pre-ordered yours,
Um,
Michael?
nope.
Oh man, what are you
I gotta
waiting
get
on?
on that. I'm waiting till the final minute. Oh, shout out to Armando, to Peter. He's
Peter.
this thing is super
Oh,
bad.
what is that, Michael?
Tokoron. This is his original design. Super cool.
What'd you call it? Cocorone?
No, this is Tokoron.
Tocorone.
Tokoron, right? Oh
That's
my
cool. I
god.
don't know. I'm asking you.
That's what it was. I have the box here.
Is that like his original creation type of thing?
This is his original creation. Yeah. So there's a
Oh,
whole
that's
story
pretty
behind
awesome.
it and everything, and it's a whole lore, all of it. It's really really cool,
Yeah,
and
looks
he
good.
designed this whole thing, and it was just like awesome to get it. So super cool. So shout out Takoro, sorry, Takoro. Yeah,
Tokoro.
Takoro. That's it. Yeah, good voice. So
That's
yeah, Takoro is super cool.
super cool. Look at you getting all these great things, Michael.
I mean, usually that's not how it works. Usually they're not included.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
about to say. Where are mine? Did you get me some?
oh, that's right for you. Well, the thing about that is, Josh Brown, shut up, give it to me. You don't even know the name. It's hot. The lights are hot. We've been doing it for 2 hours. All right, it's been a minute. Takoro, okay, get out of here. Aztec octopus. It's something. It's something. So, um, but yeah, it's cool. Check it out. You can also get one too.
Tokoro.
But yeah, this thing's awesome. So glad he included me on his list to send this out. But for
You
you,
lucky
Ned,
bastard.
for you, Takoro, and all the figures I showed off today, not included.
Oh, not included. Sorry, guys.
Maybe next year. Maybe
Maybe
2020.
2026,
Yeah,
whole
or
new year's,
27.
maybe a whole new
Yeah,
set of rules. We don't know
all
yet,
the set of rules. We'll figure it out then. So,
but not tonight.
um, and we'll end off really quick. What do you get each other for the holidays? Nothing. Good figures, not included.
Not included. We don't give shit.
We don't give shit to anyone. Exactly. We appreciate you guys. We'll see what we do next week. I might not be here.
Where the hell you being, Mikes?
I may be off to Disneyland.
What do you mean?
I don't know what the hell that was. I'm gonna be on the with the stars.
Okay. Very cryptic.
Sorry, I don't know if I should say.
I guess not. I guess if you're nervous about it, you shouldn't say anything.
I'm going to a start of the event next weekend,
Very cool.
and so I don't know. Maybe I can do my show during. Maybe I can go live during the actual event.
Oh, that sounds enjoyable.
I think maybe
Well, let us know. Let us know. You crypt a little bit.
yeah, exactly. All right, guys, we appreciate you. We'll catch you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment,
Hanging,
and
listening to our lists. I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed us. Enjoy these figures, but end of the day, figures are included.
All right, guys.
Next time. Bye, y'all.